But we're back. Um, Going to restart our defensive rookie of the years. I'm assuming that's where we left off at.
Yep.
Yep.
Um, I had Travis Hunter with mine. Um, Kyle, hit us with yours.
I got Mike Green playing for the Baltimore Ravens. He played for Marshall last year. He had about, I think, 17 and a half sacks, a bunch of tackles for loss. He is a speedster. He's a big body. And I feel like Harbaugh is going to get him in the right place. And um, yeah, I could just see him ending up with 12 sacks, 13 sacks on the season and ending up with rookie of the year just because he was
Hey
just
Kyle, you said he had some really good measurables. Do you know like how big this guy is like overall?
I believe it's 6'5", 260 plus, and his 40 was like insanely fast.
Damn.
Oh, yeah, no, Mike Green should have been the first round pick, but all of his, off the field issues and things like that, really hampered him. In terms of just a raw talent, yeah, I mean, he landed in the right position. Somehow the Ravens always get these, late round steals. They had Ojabo from Michigan years back. They just find a way to keep getting these steals, man.
Lamar.
Yes, yeah.
True. Facts.
Uh, Toph, who you
Yeah,
got?
I mean, if we're being
I'm gonna do an
honest, real
easy
quick,
one, nothing
because
too
I
crazy,
don't
too
have a
spicy.
pick prepared,
I
but
got to do with Abdul Carter,
um,
man. Um, I
go
love
on.
the Giants, just front seven. They
Facts.
got Brian Burns, then you add Abdul Carter in there, somebody's going to get the sacks. Hopefully, since Abdul Carter's, the new guy on the block, they put the double teams more towards Dexter Lawrence and Brian Burns' size. And that we just let Abdul Carter just one on one any tight end or anybody lined up against him. But I like Abdul Carter. You already had his welcome to the NFL moment in the preseason when he got double
Dog.
pancaked.
That
And
was
he had some,
bad.
he had some bite back, on X right after it. But I like his mentality, man. I think he's an absolute dog, and I think he's ready to show the world, the NFL. Don't sleep on the Giants. So I'm gonna go with Mr. Carter.
That's a really good pick. I actually that's good. Uh, Ant, you're gonna say something?
Yeah, bro. So yeah, I don't have any picks prepared or anything like that. But if I can serve as tiebreaker, I'm going to the guy with legal troubles. Like I'm going for the mean D lineman, right? This monster of a guy. If I'm being honest, that's the guy I want with me in the trenches. I want this guy with a little mean streak in him. Um, I don't know that 6'5", what 260, 270.
Yeah,
Guy, this
so
guy's got a record like
he's only 250. I was wrong on that. He's only 250, but
oh
still,
250.
yeah. I
Actually,
looked
Yeah,
that up. I was
yeah,
wrong
for
on
sure.
that.
I
But
actually
still,
want to change my
his
pick to
40
And
Abdul
that's the
time,
thing
Carter.
is like if you look if
Oh,
four,
his
five,
Yeah,
seven, 40
let me
time
on the bandwagon.
yeah. No, I
for a
told you I wasn't.
DN, bro.
I
Good
almost went
night.
Mason Graham. That
100%.
was really close.
And that's the thing is
Okay.
like when you bring a player like that into a locker room that's full of veterans that are full of alpha dogs, like oftentimes players like that they fall in line. You know what I'm saying? Like if you look back at like Jalen Carter, that the Bears had passed up on him. They're like, hey, like we don't want that type of like personality in the locker room. But I mean, look what he's turned into, Super Bowl champ
Hmm.
at this point, right?
Hmm.
Not saying it's apples to apples, right? Comparison. Um, but I don't know when you get these guys that might have a mean streak in them. I think they get the most out of themselves, especially when they're in a veteran locker room like that. And you got all these talented players on the Ravens. I think that's gonna work
All,
out really well.
already a super
But then
successful
also, right,
defense.
you got Abdul Carter, right, up and coming Giants. Like that should be
Also a
something to
great
watch.
defense. Like also a really
Facts.
good defense. Very good front. And you can move all four of them around however the hell you want. And that shit is murder on an offensive line. So
Oh
Nasty.
yeah. Um. All right. Next one we've got Coach of the Year. Now, I'm on record saying that I think that this team is about to wreck shop in the entire NFC this season. So you've got the Packers, who I think are going to win the division. Uh, hey, I'm just telling y'all what I think it is. So you're going to have a great offense, I think, adding Matthew Golden. You have a great defense, adding Micah Parsons. I'm thinking Matt LaFleur is going to wind up. He's getting it. Coach of the year for the easiest job.
You see, the thing they never give the coach of the year to the coach that actually has that. Like, he has a good season, but they never give it to like the guy that gets far. So you just called them the Super Bowl champs, and you're also going to say that he's going to get coach of the year. Like, I don't think those two align. And so, like, you're just contradicting yourself right now in my head. I'm picking
Okay, who do you
Brian
have?
Dable. Brian Dable. Going back to what Toph was saying, he's about to turn this team around at the end of this season, and the Cowboys are going to be in fourth place at the end of all of this, and who knows what's going to happen to the top three. It's the NFC is crazier than the media is making it out to be. It is a tighter race than people think. There's so many heavy hitters on defense across the NFC. So give me Brian Dable to squeak into the playoffs in the wild card and make some noise. Save his
Okay.
job.
Yeah, I
Toph?
like that one. Coach of the year isn't always goes to like the coach with the best record, like Andy Reid. We know they're always going to be good. I feel like they kind of like to find kind of like what Kyle was saying. Somebody that kind of went underneath the radar. You might have had a bad season last year, this year turning around. So I like the Dayball pick. I didn't quite go in that direction, but I went with Mr. Jim Harbaugh.
Nice.
Everybody knows, Harbaugh after that first year, just when he turns it on, I could see the Chargers winning that division and possibly getting, fighting for a 1 seed or a 2 seed at least. I feel like if you're gonna get Coach of the Year, you got to be like in the 1 or 2 seed, really turn around. But Harbaugh, he wins wherever he goes, man. And now he has, he loves his quarterback. You know, he's got his running back now. Now I expect it to look like Michigan, and you just run the ball every single play and just move people out the way. Show them your will. So I'm gonna go with Harbaugh for my Coach of the Year pick.
You think they're going to win the division with the Broncos and the Chiefs in there?
I said he's in a position to fight for it now. So for him to win it, Coach of the Year, he would probably have to win that division to get it.
I
But I
would
think they
agree
You
got
with
a
think that's a
that.
chance.
possibility? Okay.
There's always a chance.
Hey, let me get you
There's
on
Mahomes
record
always
though.
just
Gun.
one ACL injury away from sitting out the year.
On
Hey,
the
let me.
record.
Hey, gun to your head. Who's winning that division though?
I mean, never go against the Chiefs, but gun to my head, I'm gonna pick the Chiefs. If you wouldn't
Okay.
have hit the gun to
Okay.
the
I
head,
was
then
just.
I might have been, a little bit different there.
I was
Well, when you
just. I
say
was just
that,
making
that
sure.
changes things a bit there.
Okay. Ant, you want to chime in on any of these?
Yeah, man. I think you're on the right track, Spence. I want to say that Coach of the Year is probably whoever ends up being on top of the NFC North. I think that you have probably the most competitive division now in football. The best coaches, head coaches, top to bottom in the entire division.
Talk
I
that.
think we're the strongest division, right? Being a Bears fan, I think it's the strongest division, NFC North, and I think whoever can outdo the other three coaches probably deserves to be in that number one spot, and then also Coach of the Year at that point, because this would be the second year in a row the Bears only got stronger, right? So I think at that point, whoever can kind of land on top, it's going to be their award for the taking. Whoever, it could be any
Hey,
of them, because what is it? McCarthy, you got Lafleur, you got Campbell, and then Ben Johnson. Like, dude, all of these guys presumably, right, Ben Johnson continues doing what was going on as far as like offense and everything goes, and I think he amassed like a great coaching staff, like all his position coaches and everything. Like, I think top to bottom, fantastic, right? That's a part of the head coach's job, right? Amassing a good staff, and I think he kicked ass with that. So if everything goes well, whoever ends up on top, like, no question, I think they should be coach of the year.
you're.
I agree
Either
with
you want to
that.
respond to that?
I agree with that. I agree that this is the best division, the most competitive division, top to bottom. Four great coaches. I mean, O'Connell's a quarterback coach. LaFleur's a quarterback coach. Dan Campbell's clearly a quarterback coach because he's
O'Connell, my
he's helped.
mistake. O'Connell.
No, you're good. You're
Yeah.
good. And
Yeah.
McCarthy's the
Ben
quarterback.
Johnson's a quarterback coach too.
The quarterback, yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah,
they're
exactly.
they're all feeding into that offense, and that's what and then they also, like you said too, know how to pick a staff. This is a tough division. I think there are a couple rival divisions that might be just as interesting or close to, but this one with all of the like the fact that Ben used to be with the Lions last season, like that there's a reason that they're all playing each other week 1 in primetime games because the nation wants to see these 4 teams play against each other and see what happens here in all of these grudge matches. So it's going to be an interesting ass season. I can't wait. I agree they should that whoever wins that division deserves it, but given how Coach of the Year awards have worked, I don't know that that's going to happen, but I agree that's how it should go.
Yeah, 100%, Kyle. It's gonna be a slugfest, and the award might not go to a coach that's been through a slugfest and come out on top. I think it should, right? I think that's who's deserving of it. But it might be a coach that has like an 8-game winning streak, and then they get into the playoffs or something like that. You know how the storylines go in the NFL, and it kind of swings everything, right? Also, who's in the MVP race? Like, if we're being honest, in the NFC North, we don't have anyone that's in the MVP race, right? Like, we're not going to have that person unless Michael Parsons has a Khalil Mack-esque season where you can kind of justify should he be in the conversation. Outside of that, like, we don't really have in the division, we don't have that one single player to like garner that much attention. And oftentimes, like, it takes that for your coach to be involved in the conversation. But we can see how that plays out.
Hey, everyone in the chat, let us know, who do you guys have at Coach of the Year? Okay, Defensive Player of the Year. Another what I think is going to be an easy pick. It's going to be, what is that?
George Kittle.
No. Defensive Player of the Year, Micah Parsons. You're going to have one of the best defensive players in the league who just got traded, who's going to be on a mission to show that he is worth the money that he just got, and he's going to be on a mission to show Dallas that they were wrong for not keeping him and not paying him what he was worth. I think he's going to absolutely wreck the NFC. And, yeah, Micah Parsons for Defensive Player of the Year. Kyle?
I got
pick Hutchinson.
What's that?
You're going to pick Hutch.
Who's that?
Go on.
Yeah, I'm gonna pick my man Aiden Hutchinson.
That's
coming
crazy.
off the fibula and tibia.
That is crazy.
No, it is not. No, it is not. Mark him down for 20 sacks this season. Let's go. Aiden
On
Hutchinson,
record. It's on the
Defensive
record.
Player of the Year.
Would you like to give any explanation as to why, or just because you've got the Lions up your ass?
Just because I listen to what Dan Campbell says, because he's always been honest, and he said that Hutch has used this time to get better than he's ever been at football and to appreciate the game more than he's ever appreciated it, and that he is extremely fired up for this season and to see what Hutch has in store. And man, I cannot wait. I am freaking foaming at the mouth. Can't wait to see Lambeau Field, man.
Okay. Toph?
At first we had the same person, but I think I'm gonna switch mine up. I'm gonna pull a hot route. I'm gonna go a little risky pick here. Give me Jalen Carter for my Defensive Player of the Year now. Formerly it was Micah,
Really?
but I don't want to be the same as somebody else. So yes, give me Jalen Carter.
Okay. You know what that means. Yeah, I was right. I just want to be different.
Yeah, I
Okay.
can't be the same as somebody else.
Any explanation as to why?
Because he's a dog. There's your explanation right there.
Ant?
I'm gonna have to say Watt out of Pittsburgh. Um,
Mm,
if A Rod can give somewhat of a boost to the offense, if they can play with a lead, if this man can put his ears back and pin his ears back and go after the quarterback, and they know that it's gonna be a pass, right? Like I think he can really wreck some shit. But it remains to be seen. Obviously, he's been on such a run for the last few years. If they can get a lead, if they can put up points and force people to go pass heavy, then man, it can only get better. You know what I'm saying?
hmm
Same thing, right? Max Crosby, if they can get some sort of an offense going, we might see a boost out of him, right? Even though he's been like all world type of talent. I don't think it's going to be that big of a jump. We'll see. But I think Watt out of Pittsburgh. I think that could be defensive player of the year. On top of that, right? They'll have. Man, I was also thinking Jalen Ramsey, even though he's little long in the tooth and whatnot, and towards the end of his career. But who knows, man? It could be an interesting combination. But I'm gonna stick with Watt at this point.
Okay. Next we have offensive player of the year. So, Ant, you and I were talking about this before we did our draft earlier today. I see no reason for Saquon to take any steps back this season. You're gonna have him year two and the same offense that he was on before. I think that people like Justin Jefferson have a new quarterback and not tough division. Jamar Chase has T. Higgins on the team. Jameer Gibbs is still splitting time with Montgomery and has a new offensive coordinator. The Eagles are just adding, and you're going to have a second year with that. I see no reason for Saquon to slow down. I think we should be expecting another freakazoid season from him this season. Kyle?
Yeah, I think we should expect a freakazoid season from him as well. But I'm gonna stick with my homers, and I'm gonna go with Jameer Gibbs. I think
That's
that
crazy.
they're gonna be
This
using
man
him in the
is.
passing game. Yo, these are my only two Lions picks. Calm down. They're gonna be using him in the passing game, and let me tell you what, like Hutch. Oh man, all right. I'm not even gonna get back into it. Jameer Gibbs is ready to take over this offense, and they are going to find a way to get both running backs on the field this season because Ben Johnson, for some reason, was so against doing that. I don't think John Morton wants to not do that. I think he wants to put them in these crazy positions and these crazy disguises that defenses haven't seen from them yet. And Jameer is ready to catch the ball wherever. He's ready to be a great slot receiver when he needs to be. So, tune in for Jameer Gibbs to go absolutely berserk this season as well.
Toph?
You know, I actually forgot to do this award, but I thought of one on the fly here. Give me Justin Jefferson running it back. Even though he missed some games last year, he was still right up there with Jamar Chase. If he would have had those, couple of games back, we might have had the triple crown. But I'm gonna leave in JJ. He's got that live arm. Just throw it up to him. Whatever happens, happens. But you see him jump over people multiple times, catch the 50-50 ball. Um, Jetta is still arguably the best receiver in the league. Doesn't matter who's throwing him the ball, he's gonna put the numbers up. So give me Jettis.
Okay. Ant?
Um, Man, so if Saquon can stay healthy, if he can put out the same type of year he did last year, I don't see any reason for him not to get it. By that same token, if the Bengals can have a winning record, make the playoffs, win the division, I mean, give me a reason why Joe Burrow shouldn't have Offensive Player of the Year. Like, I don't see why not. Like, if he doesn't get MVP, like shit, he had a fantastic season. So, I don't know the last time a quarterback won Offensive Player of the Year. Right? It feels like more of a position players award. I'd have to look that up. But yeah, I would say Saquon, and if not, I'd probably say Joe Burrow because he's not going to get MVP. But if he get Offensive Player of the Year, I think that makes sense.
Okay. On to the last one. We do have MVP. So I'm running it back with another one as well. Back-to-back Josh Allen MVP years. Excuse me. I think that they had a good year last season, and I think it's only going to get better. You add a second year of Keon Coleman on there. They just added that other receiver too. What's his? Do you guys remember his name? The
Josh
receiver that they
Palmer.
added to them. He's not a rookie. Josh
Josh
Palmer. Thank
Palmer.
you. You've got Josh Palmer. You've got James Cook on a new contract, who's going to want to show out. I think that the Bills are going to have a great season. I honestly think that they would be my today AFC pick to go to the Super Bowl. I just think that they're gonna be good. I think they're gonna not good. I think they're gonna be great, and I think that it's gonna be a back to back with that. I think that there's still some fatigue with the Lamar Jackson situation too, and really I don't know who else is going to be lighting it up like that. I feel like the NFC is all very much like team based. The AFC is all quarterback based. But yeah, I don't think that the Bengals are going to be good enough for Burrow to win it. I don't think that Mahomes is going to be up there this year. I think they're more spread out team wise, and I think it's probably going to come back again to Josh and to Lamar, and I think that Josh will go back to back with it. Kyle?
Yo, real quick, if I can add a little bit of context to the last question, not to take away from the MVP talk, because I think that's really strong position. Looking back, the last quarterback to win Offensive Player of the Year was Patrick Mahomes in 2018. And then the last time that any player went back-to-back for Offensive Player of the Year would be 1999, 2000, and 2001 Marshall Faulk. 3 years consecutive. That's the last time. So it's been about 25 years since that's happened. Saquon won it last year, so I think you can kind of count that out at this point. It's been 25 years since anyone went back to back
again.
So probably not going to be
unless Saquon pulls
some
Marshall Faulk numbers, which he might do.
If he does another two, it's looking like that is going to be what's required. It's going to be another 2,000-yard season or something like that.
I'm surprised that CMC never won it back-to-back years.
True.
Yep, he just won it 2023. But yeah, last quarterback 2018, and then Marshall Faulk three-peated in 99 to 2001.
That's crazy.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm gonna go opposite of you here, Spencer. You picked Josh Allen. I'm gonna go Lamar.
Okay.
Similar reasons. I think it's gonna be those two that really get flashy and get crazy with the crazy numbers. Jaden Daniels was in my head about somebody that might have to do a lot of work to, get his team some wins. But I think Lamar is going to bounce back. And honestly, I really think, to what you said, I'm going to pick the same thing. I would pick the Ravens out of the AFC. They are, even though they are not stacked at receiver at all, but it doesn't matter. They are stone locked at their offensive line, their defense, all the way through, and they've got a quarterback that can make anything work with anybody on his offense. And then you got Derrick Henry, who can take the top off the defense whenever you need him to. So, and that's through the run game. So, I don't know. Their team is it's too good not to love.
I'm just a quick aside. I'm really scared that this is the year that Derrick Henry falls off the cliff.
Fair.
It's been so many years of consistent.
He's so strong, bro.
Don't last that long.
He's so strong. He might not have, like where his ADP was, maybe not on fantasy, but he's gonna be enough for the Ravens for what Lamar has, and for what the rest of that offense is.
I mean, he's still a freakazoid, bro. Like you said, he's still a freak of nature.
They don't got to put that pressure on him. They don't got to make him do 22 carries a game,
Yeah. Toph, your MVP.
I'm going way, way out of left field. Give me Jordan Love.
Oh, my.
Hey. There is a very good chance that happens.
Yeah, not very likely.
Their
There's-
face
I don't
says it
know.
all. Yeah, give me Jordan.
They win the
Remember the
division.
other day when you said you were objective, Spencer? That was the least objective thing you've ever said.
I am objective. I'm a Lions fan first. I'm just recognizing what time it is with the Packers.
Right.
You have a good quarterback, a good receiver, a good pass rusher. That is the foundation for a good team.
A good team. Yeah. It'll be
This
great.
man is so salty, dog.
Nah, I ain't salty about nothing. I just can't wait. I just can't wait for week 1, man. I just can't wait.
Man,
Okay, so
Jordan
I don't
Love
know
is a
the
great
type
quarterback,
the type of
but-
season he'd have to have in order to justify that. Man, we're in for it in the NFC North if that's what happens. Like just pack up the whole season at that point.
You literally just forgot about your whole take you had about Josh Allen and Lamar Jackson, and you just went, there's a very good shot that happens about Jordan
is.
Love.
There
Who
is.
threw
Doesn't
like
mean it's a
14
guarantee.
interceptions last year.
Right. It wasn't my pick. There's a very good shot that Lamar wins, but that wasn't my pick. My pick was Josh Allen. You know
All
who
right.
else there's a very good shot that wins it? Jalen
Who?
Hurts. Because the media has been trying to go back and forth on if he's a good quarterback or not a good quarterback. And I can see if they do very well this season, them trying to cement the fact that he is in fact a top 5 quarterback. He's got a Super Bowl appearance. He's got a Super Bowl. What he's missing is an MVP. And if he plays well enough for them to give it to him, I think he might wind up walking into it.
If he gets MVP, he's a Hall of Famer.
Yep. And he might be trending that way anyways. The only thing that he has going against him is the fact that he's got some absolute dogs on his team. And if Saquon is what we think Saquon's going to be,
Saquon
that
could
might
steal
detract
it.
from it.
Yeah. I get what you're saying.
Yeah.
I get what
I
you're
was
saying.
wanting Saquon to dial back a bit and be more well-rounded.
Yeah.
I
But
would
there
like
you-
him to get
real-
another
real
2,000
quick,
yards this year.
So I'm curious to
For
hear the
team's sake,
argument
I'd rather him be,
for Jordan Love to be
fresh
MVP.
and ready for
Like,
the playoffs.
I do care to hear it.
You said the argument for Jordan Love?
Yes.
No, I was just saying, if I'm an Eagles fan, I don't think I want, Saquon getting as many touches and carries as he did last year.
No,
makes
he's
sense.
asking to hear what's your argument on Jordan Love?
I mean, he's
What?
got Matthew Golden. Jordan Love's biggest thing was just consistency and staying healthy. He always puts up good numbers with even having, number 2, number 3 wide receivers. Now that he has this, go-to number 1. The Packers haven't drafted a wide receiver in the first round, and it's been over decades. And now they finally did. To me, that says a lot that they're, we're going all in. And this is before they even got Micah. Now you add Micah to the fold. He should be getting, the ball back to Love more often. Therefore, the numbers should still be good. And he's got
And
some people that have some contract years as well, too, on the team, on the offense. So
Let me add on to that too. I talked about this on our last episode. Now that you've got Micah, a game wrecker on defense, it would make sense for them to let Jordan Love, like he's a gunslinger, go out there and sling that bitch. If you make a mistake, Micah's going to get the ball back for you. Go out there and whip that bitch. So it's possible that we see a lot of inconsistency, but the flip side of that is we see an absolute crazy air raid attack because you're just letting him go out there and play his game, knowing that if something goes wrong, all right, Micah, go get that bitch back.
Yeah, that's a lot to ask of Micah, but I get what you're saying. I get
he
the
also
There's
scheme.
a
has
reason that they-
Rashawn Gary as well, too, on the other side.
There's a
Rashawn
reason
Gary's
they
gonna
paid.
eat. Yep.
There's
You
a reason they
forget about
paid
him.
Micah what they paid him, so they can ask that of him. They just gave up 2 firsts and a defensive player for him. They're going to use him.
Man, so we can't start at offensive player of the year and then make our way up to MVP. Like it's just straight jump for Jordan Love. I'm a Bears fan, so I'm gonna just continue with the pessimism. Nothing against Toph. Toph be dropping knowledge, I swear. But yeah, I don't know. We're just foregoing the offensive player that we're going straight to MVP. Okay,
You said it yourself. It's not typically a quarterback award.
it's not. It's not. But I mean, I didn't have a take right, but I don't know, man. It's really interesting. It's really interesting. It's going to be hard to beat these guys, but Spencer, you make tremendous point. Tremendous point, right? Like if they can afford to, if they can get a few more possessions, if they can hold these teams down, like as far as the points they're allowing, the margins are that much bigger as far as their victories go. And if he can clean it up, not have as many turnovers as, like you're anticipating, for instance, it could make it appear that way where, hey, it might be within reason to have an MVP. I could see that. I just don't want to believe it.
Yo, Kyle has not looked happy on this podcast since Micah got traded.
I'm just listening,
Excuse me.
bro. What are you talking?
You over there in the line?
You haven't stopped
exchange is
coughing up a
fucking
lung
sucking.
since Micah got traded.
I'm sick. I'm sick of these niggas, dog.
I've smiled so many times. I told you I can't wait for week 1. I am so excited.
Yeah, he said,
All
I'm
right.
done talking about it. Just wanted to be here.
Oh man, Sunday is gonna wind up being crazy.
Is it Sunday night or Sunday like evening?
It's 4:25.
4:25. Okay.
Right, and then we're on Sunday night after all the games end, and I have a feeling I'm going to be putting foots in Kyle's ass. And I think I got to double check and make sure it's still happening. I think Precious supposed to be coming on too.
Oh, cool.
You about to get it from both sides.
Oh, I can't wait. I can't wait for Precious to not show up, dude. It's gonna be awesome.
Kyle's gonna leave this podcast walking like he was at a Diddy party.
Hey, yo.
All right.
Yeah.
On to Toph and I have some contentiousness that we gotta sort out here. Toph, I'm gonna let you go first with this, but basically we've been debating off screen about if Jaxson Dart is gonna wind up getting to be the starter at some point in this season. Toph, I'll let you make your case first. Go ahead.
All right. So the way I see it, we both get our sides, no interruptions. And once we're done, we can have at it. All right. So I got a lot of notes. I actually got to share my screen for this one here, chat. Stay
Oh
with
my
me
god.
here.
Whoa.
Usually I don't do this, but this
Is this the
time,
first?
I came prepared. All right, here we go. So this is dating back all the way to 2021. We have 17 quarterbacks that have taken over, a franchise. 5 of the 17 did not end up starting the week 1. So we got Trevor Lawrence, Zach Wilson, Trey Lance, who did start, but he got injured way back in week 5, and then they come back to week 17. Justin Fields, I think they had Trubisky. I don't remember who started exactly, but they pulled him and said, all right, we got to get Justin in there. So he started after week 3. Mac Jones for the whole year, even made the Pro Bowl. I'm not going to say much in Pro Bowl today because nobody goes. Regardless, he did have a solid rookie year. He did make the Pro Bowl. 2022, sadly, it was only Kenny Pickett, and he also started after week 5. I think also Trubisky. Once again, they pulled him. 2023, Bryce Young started the whole season. CJ Stroud and Anthony Richardson. And, he did start out strong, then got hurt, very quickly. But nonetheless, he did start. 2024, a lot more quarterbacks. Caleb Williams, Jaden Daniels, Drake May, Michael Penix Jr. after week 16. Bo Nix, then JJ McCarthy. He was late to start, but he did get injured after the preseason, so he missed the whole entire year. And then now we got Cam Ward, who's already penciled as a starter, and he got Jaxson Dart. So this is also Brian Daboll's first chance to draft his own quarterback. He didn't draft Daniel Jones. He just walked into it. They were already pretty good that year, so he didn't want to just, absolutely tank the season for nothing. They paid him a good amount of money. That was also Saquon's bounce back year as well, too. We know Daboll is an offensive genius. He's probably a good portion of the reason why Josh Allen, turned the leaf and started balling out like he's supposed to. He had all the talent in the world, just couldn't get it, all the extra notes together and things like that. Also, about Russell Wilson's history. He has not started a full season in quite a years. He's bound to have some kind of knick-knack injury, or if he just ends up just, not panning out, falling off a cliff. I don't expect Daboll to be too hesitant to pull that trigger. He's also slotted as the backup right now. So anything that happens to Russell Wilson, if he falls off the cliff, gets injured, they will not hesitate to put Jaxson Dart in the game. As somebody that watched every single snap of Jaxson Dart in the preseason, I know we all say preseason does not matter, with the throws that he made and decision making, he checked every single box. He had a couple mistakes here and there, but overall, he had a pretty clean preseason. Um, I think his poise was the biggest thing that I noticed as well too. Uh, he threw the ball around, all over the lot. On those third and fives, third and fours where you kind of need it. He was, diagnosed, went through his reads. If he didn't have it, he took that ball down. Fortunately, ran somebody over. I don't want to see you trying to truck somebody, especially in the preseason as a quarterback. But the man's a baller and is a true dual threat. And like I said, he's not afraid of the moment. So I would not be surprised if Jaxson Dart, at any point in the season, because they got a gauntlet of a season. Just what I predict. Week 1, L. Week 2, L. Week 3, L. Week 4, L. Week 5, they finally get them against New Orleans. They got to go back Thursday night to Philly. That's another L. Denver, L. What we got? San Fran, L. And then week 9, I'm going to give them a win against Chicago. They got a really, really hard, schedule. And on that circle, that's where I said, okay, Jaxson Dart, he's taking over. Right after San Fran. And then finish 8 and 9, but they have a very hard schedule this season. You're already in a very tough division with the Giants, Eagles, Cowboys, Washington. Nobody ever, history shows always have somebody. Put your hand down real quick there, sir. History shows they always have somebody else win the division. Now, I'm definitely not saying that, the Giants are the Cowboys, but, Washington can. But also, Russ isn't the future. It's Jaxson Dart. Having quarterback sits, isn't always the best thing. Like I said, he got a lot of time in preseason. He did, sit there with Rush. You could watch him cook for about 3-4 games. And once he falls off, those that 3-pick game, pull him, put Jackson in. But I'm not waiting any, longer. Russ is old, longer the tooth. He ain't my future. I'd rather put all my chips into Jaxson Dart. Well, I got an amazing young wide receiver, an emerging. He wants to win as well too. So why not build that chemistry with Jackson and Malik Neighbors now? Okay, now you could go.
I just want to ask you a question before I give my argument for it.
Yep.
You have your defensive player of the year on an 8 and 9 team?
Yeah.
Okay.
As long as he balls out, that's good.
Hmm.
He ain't the one playing quarterback.
Yeah,
All
I
right.
had seen that the Giants had the number 1 strength of schedule or the toughest schedule in football. It belongs to them. And Toph put it correctly. It's a fucking gauntlet, bro.
Okay, so let me give you my reasons. It really comes down to, I think, about 3 reasons for this. Number 1, I don't think that they go out and sign Russ and Jameis just to turn around and give the keys to somebody else this season. It seems like there'd be a lot of money spent on quarterbacks for no reason. Russ, while he's not heyday Russ, he is still good enough to where last season when he was with the Steelers, Justin Fields went 4-2 while Russ was hurt to start the season off. And Mike Tomlin, who I think we all have a lot of respect for, said, you know what? That's cool and all, but Russ still gives us the best chance to win, and inserted him in that. So I think that Russ is too good to, and what the organization must have told him too. I don't think that Russ goes there just for, excuse me, just for one half of a season. Go and play a few games and then take over. He's not Jacoby Brissett yet with his career. That's number 1. Number 2, the last quarterback that they had, Daniel Jones, they threw to the Wolves. And Daniel Jones got the shit beat out of him and saw ghosts and got completely ruined by that organization. And I do not think that you want to make the same mistake twice. I think that you want to protect Jaxson Dart as long as you possibly can, bring him along, and then after a full season of sitting, all right, let's give you the keys. Let's see how you drive. I don't think that you just throw them out there halfway through the season, especially if they're getting the shit beat out of them like you showed on your little graph. You had them going, their first fucking 6 games losing?
Yeah.
I don't think that you're like, all right, well, this is going fucking terrible. Let's just go fucking throw this guy out there and watch him get fucked up. Let's make Daniel Jones part 2. My third reason ties directly into that. and that is the fact that Brian Daboll is on one of the hottest seats in the NFL right now. He won Coach of the Year a few years ago, and shit has been going straight downhill ever since. So I think that his job security lies into let's see what happens with Jaxson Dart next season. Let me get a year to train Jaxson Dart before we see what he is. Let's ride the vet for a year. Whatever happens, happens. And upstairs is going to give me this 1 year to then get to next year to show what I got with my young rookie quarterback, especially if it's a gauntlet like you described. There's no motivation for me. Look, if we lose the first 6 games and then I throw Jaxson Dart in there and Jaxson Dart is losing with them, there's no reason for you to keep me around. You're going to get me up out of there. Every coach wants to say, wait, don't fire me yet. See what I can do with this guy. And this guy's coming next season.
Yeah, I agree. And I think if Brian Dable can make Josh Allen from what he was from his rookie year to his third year while he was still there, uh, think of what he can do for a veteran like Russ to help rejuvenate him after he was already kind of rejuvenated by Mike Tomlin. He can just bounce off that and even make him that much better. I don't see him 1-7 to start. And if they were, I don't see him going 7-1 after that or whatever the heck that was, to be honest, because I don't think Jaxson Dart is going to be able to handle that schedule, man. He's a rookie quarterback at the end of the day. And I do believe in him as the future. But I think it's Russ this season, and that's why I think they'd make the playoffs, is because Russ played really good.
Yeah.
Yeah, jumped the gun a little bit earlier, but yeah, with the Giants' toughest schedule in the NFL, which is crazy. As far as Jackson Dart getting in, I'm thinking after the bye week, they have a really late bye. I think it's like week 14. I'm thinking that you got Dayball, he can get them ready. Dart, right? Have extra time to prepare, scout, just get every possible advantage that he can have to be successful, and set the stage and have him come in and go on a little tear. Reason I'm thinking that they want to protect Jackson Dart. On top of that is number one, the GM, Joe Shane, he has a contract that goes through 2026. So at the end of 2026, next season, that's kind of it for him if he can't justify, getting a new contract. I know that Giants ownership couldn't be happy with seeing Saquon leave and doing so well, right? After just disputing over a few, $1 million when they could have had him still in New York. He wanted to be in New York. So I think Joe Shane has like zero room for error. And he really needs to justify this pick. Because I mean, if not, then you can see the Giants just going down this like uncertain path, right? Because you always want to marry a quarterback, a coach, and the GM all to like similar contract times and everything, right? If they can justify it, they can get some good performance, like sort of like what happened in Atlanta at the end of the season, at the end of the year, right? You had Kirk Cousins go down, you had Penix come in, and he had a little bit of momentum. Where this year everyone's feeling kind of good about it. I can foresee the same thing happening for Dart. Uh, Another part of it is Jameis Winston got a 2-year contract while Russell Wilson only had one. So I think the roadmap's kind of laid out. Russ is here to mentor, hold it down. If they can win, great. If not, it's all good. Maybe he can, maybe it can be a win-win where he works and earns his next contract, mentor the young rookie, and then Jameis is his backup next year, and they have kind of a fresh start, and maybe this guy can get a contract and kind of see it from there, as far as like the GM and the head coach. So that's kind of how I'm seeing it. I don't see him coming any sooner than that, because I think setting the stage for him after the bye week is probably the most ideal way that they can bring him in.
So you do think he does play this season then?
100%. There's no way that he does it, in my opinion.
So
NFL's like, yeah, injuries and things like that. New York's crazy, right? As far as the media goes, it's really intense. So I'm just thinking it's probably in their plans, like regardless of everything, like whatever happens after the bye week, that's their plan to bring him in.
So we're 2-2 then. Each of us. Toph, any closing arguments?
Nope.
All right. I guess we will wind up seeing. This is something we're gonna have to revisit later in the season. Because this has been something we've been going back and forth on for a while. So we will check in with this either a few weeks into the season after the bye week or after the season and see who ended up being right about this. All right. So next thing we're gonna do is we don't have any college football betting picks this week, but we do have we do have a NFL one. So I got a little something for us. I placed this a few days ago. We'll see if the odds have shifted at all. It's a 4-leg parlay. 320 odds. They're all money line picks. So I have the Philadelphia Eagles beating the Cowboys. I have the Cardinals beating the Saints. The lowest odds here are the Dolphins over the Colts. That's -102, which I don't understand that. I think the Dolphins have so much talent, and the Colts don't have a quarterback, or at least a good quarterback. And then I've got the Denver Broncos beating the Tennessee Titans. So once again, that's Eagles, Cardinals, Dolphins, and Broncos. All money line picks. Come
Nice.
come check in with me Sunday night. See if we want to pin. All right.
I got one too if you want.
Oh shit! Drop it.
I don't care what the number is. I forgot to double check it, but I'm betting the Steelers Jets under.
Okay.
Mine's a 3-leg.
I think it was like 38 and a half or something like that.
Bet under.
I think it was pretty low.
It was, I'm sure, but I still think it's a defensive battle, like 17-13. Eagles -7.5. I think they're gonna win by 2 scores, and then Lions money line, baby. That's it.
Lions money line
Always
against the
It's
Packers.
my homer week, bro. I'm going full homer week 1.
Yeah, Steelers Jets was 38 and a half.
Hey,
38.5. Perfect.
That
Perfect.
Lions pick might be the one that blows it.
Bro,
Sure.
Are Lions underdogs?
Yeah,
I don't know
yeah.
about that. That Lions, I think they got it, bro. What I'm more concerned of, right, and
Oof,
not
Ravens,
to
Bills?
take shots
Oh,
or
yeah, they
anything,
played
but
first week.
that
Yikes.
Dolphins pick, man, the Dolphins got a lot of turmoil right now. I don't know if you heard
True.
Tyreek Hill stepped down. He's not going to be a captain anymore. They're like they have zero identity. They had a joint practice with the Lions, and the Lions said they don't even practice the same way we practice. Like, like the Dolphins are in disarray. So not trying to poo-poo that pick, but
I did not hear that Tyreek stepped down as a captain.
yeah.
He
He's
needs
got
to
too
go on
many
and just
kids to worry
retire.
about.
Tua went on record and said, like he has to do better. Like he's making bad decisions. Like at a certain point, he has to make better decisions for himself as a man, and like just went in on him just because. I mean, we all know Tyreek Hill's not a super responsible human being, let alone a captain. And right now they're like Mike McDaniel, he's trying to change the identity of the team, right? They were this like go fast, like, neck break speed type of team, and now they're trying to change their identity to a more smash mouth team. And it's not going well because you can't go from being the lax boss or the lax manager to all of a sudden, no, I'm a strict like disciplinarian. Everyone's gonna call bullshit. So that's kind of a little bit. I follow the Dolphins a little bit. That's a little bit of what's going on, and I don't know if that's the type of situation that's gonna result to many wins.
But you don't think they
Like
have the talent to beat a team with Daniel Jones as their quarterback?
I think a lot of people on the Colts are probably fighting for a job and saying like, "This is my opportunity. We're on a shitty team. This is my opportunity to solidify myself and maybe get a contract." Like I'm trying to stay here. While the Dolphins, I don't know. I feel like there's a false sense of security with them. So just with what I've known as far as like following them a little bit and some expert opinions.
Hey, I'll put $5 on it with you right now.
Let's do
Dolphins versus. Let's do it.
Let's do it.
Money line bet.
Money
Check
line
up.
bet.
Virtual handshake. Virtual handshake.
Check up.
Yeah, germs.
He's on that Howie Mandel.
All
This
right.
man's on the Theraflu right now.
Kyle, you got a question of the week for us.
Yes, sir. All right. Woo, this is gonna be a fun one. Hey, tell Lexi to plug her ears. If you could pick one fictional character that you could date in real life, who would you pick?
Nigga, Jessica Rabbit.
Hold on, say that again.
If you could pick one fictional character to date in real life, who would you pick? For real, Jessica Rabbit, you went that low brow, bro.
What do you mean? What's your pick?
One fictional character.
I wanted to hear
bro,
y'all's first.
Bro, I'm going Anne Hathaway in The Dark Knight Rises.
Man, give
Catwoman.
me Mrs. Incredible.
Catwoman.
Wait, so you can do okay. I guess I didn't realize that.
Yeah,
it could
you
be
said
like an
fictional.
actual person.
Fictional. It doesn't have to be animated, you creep.
Hold on, now. You put the furries out here. Oh no.
Everybody's calling out actresses.
Yeah.
Spencer's like, hold up.
TikTok, y'all better get
So
this
it-
man.
That cartoon.
All right, so let's slow that back down.
Any real non-
fictional character. Spencer, go first.
I need you to change that answer.
Go around the horn. Let me think about it for a second.
Spencer want that
Oh
cartoon.
my goodness.
The girl Tussie. I thought it had to be like okay. I don't know why I thought that had to be it. Yeah. Anthony, who's yours?
Anne Hathaway in Dark Knight Rises, Catwoman.
Okay, that's a good one.
Nah,
Toph?
she's fucking badass. Yeah.
Oh, what was the question?
Any fictional character that you
I
Put
picked
it
mine.
away, Toph. Put it away.
Mrs. Incredible.
Oh yeah, he did.
Oh,
say it was
okay.
Yeah, I
incredible.
said that a long time ago.
Hey.
That's what I was saying. What are we talking about?
Fucking MILF. Yeah. All right.
I mean, if we're just
I'm-
doing okay, how
I'm-
about wait, hold on.
oh,
I got you.
go
I got
ahead.
you. Let me
Go
go
ahead.
ahead.
He
and-
understands it now.
Let me cook real quick. Are you ready?
No.
I'm gonna cook. This comes as no surprise. Jeff picked this person before. Yeah. Bryce Dallas Howard in Spider-Man.
What the fuck is that?
Gwen Stacy in the OG Spider-Man trilogy.
Oh, she was
Okay.
in Jumanji, right?
I like that one.
Am I not mistaken? If I'm not
I don't
mistaken.
know about Jumanji. She was in Jurassic Park.
Yeah. Yeah, same person.
Oh,
Solid.
okay.
She was in
Solid.
Black Mirror.
Solid.
You
Yeah.
ever seen it?
Hey, honorable mention.
Solid.
Fucking Sofia Vergara in Modern Family.
True.
Scarlett
that.
Johansson,
Respect that.
Black Widow. What are we really
Hey.
talking about?
It's a good ass pick. It's a good
All
pick
right.
too. Kyle.
Megan Fox, Transformers 1. I know we all grew up in that era. Come on,
Boo.
brother.
She was hot in 2008.
Manatee.
She's hot now.
She doesn't have lasting power.
She's still hot. I don't care. She's not in
Solid.
like my top 5, but she's still hot.
I mean, back then, yeah, she was on one back then.
Back
She
then.
was- yeah,
I mean, he
and
said,
she's still
you know,
fine. And she's
Transformers
still
1
fine.
specifically.
Yeah.
Okay,
I picked
okay.
one fictional character.
He dropped an error.
Look, Toph is on Snow Bunny Patrol as always. Is this elite milk or no?
Nah, he definitely elite. I said she's
You gonna
solid. though.
pick Sydney Sweeney or something?
Okay, that was a good one. All right, let's wrap up with I'll do disrespect. Who wants to go
All right.
first?
I'll be a homer one more time.
Oh
Just to
my
get it out of the
god!
way. Just to get it out of the way. But I'm gonna hate on my home this time. All right. What, you're sick of Lions? I'm sick of Packers. I'm
Go
sick
ahead,
of Packers fans like you. So here we are. All due disrespect. I may regret this one, but the Lions not re-signing Zadarius Smith. The Lions letting Zadarius Smith go may be something that holds us back from something special, because I don't care if you're using him just on third downs. He's special at what he does, and you need to re-sign this man and put him on your roster for depth or whatever the hell you need him for. Just they have a 53rd spot still. So the reason that, like, I know he wants 11 mil because that's what he was getting last year. And I know the Lions probably only want to pay him like 4 mil because they only want to play him as like a third down guaranteed pass rush. And I don't know. I don't trust Davenport necessarily. I kind of like the bench guys underneath him a little more just because I haven't seen enough from him. So I am just sick of the fact that they took away the yearn in all of Lions fans' hearts that they would see Aiden Hutchinson and Zadarius Smith on each side of the edge this season, and it's not going to happen. I can almost guarantee it because unless some crazy injury happens and he's still a free agent and they're desperate, like Brad Holmes is too hard-headed and he's going to be a piece of shit about it. I love you, Brad. You're the best. You've done so much for this team. But God damn it, just fucking sign him. All due disrespect.
They don't need him if they've got the defensive player of the year.
No, I think he'd still be great. He'd be the Rashawn Gary.
My all due disrespect is Kyle. I'm fucking sick of it, dog.
Go ahead. I'm sick of you.
Hey, look, some niggas don't know when it's raining, even when the raindrops are on their face. That's about where we're at right now.
That's crazy.
Bro, I cannot wait for week 1, brother. Oh my God. Can we, Toph, can we agree that we can just like, if the Lions win, like, because apparently nobody else thinks that's going to happen here, but if the Lions win, can we just like put all of these in like a little dictionary and just remind him of what he was saying? Because this is insane how confident he is just because they got one defensive end.
Week 1 doesn't matter to me. We'll talk back after week 18.
Okay, buddy.
I mean, we could keep all the receipts from y'all's
this is going to be a
back and
long
forth.
season if this is how he's going to act. You know what I mean?
I think he's just tired of, like, you know, every pick thing we do, it's always the Lions.
It's not.
It's like it's about 70-30%.
Hey, I love my team, and I've claimed to be a homer. I've always said that. If Spencer doesn't want me to be a homer, he can tell me if he wants me to make more crazy shit. I can do that. But
I am very happy. I'm very happy with what we have right now. If it wasn't for the Micah trade, I'd be sitting there right there with you. I just know when I see a fucking train coming down the tracks that if you don't get off the tracks, you're about to get hit.
Okay.
that's all I'm saying. Nothing would make me happier than you being right. Nothing would make me happier than you being right.
I'm sure.
But
you seem really happy right now. So I don't see you much happier than this.
Like I told you on the last episode, if 2 of my best friends get in a fight, one of my best friends is the winner. So that's about where I'm at right now with the Lions and the Packers. And I'm just telling you, being objective, I think that it's over.
Okay.
Toph?
Yeah, my all due disrespect. There's nobody here on this panel. We're gonna take it back down to college. And I just watched this press conference with Dabo Sweeney and Brian Kelly. Sparks were flying. Dabo got caught up in his fields for taking that L against the 2 Death Valley teams. They just downplaying, you know, the game, not really giving the LSU, you know, the credit. I know Dabo, you're Mr. King Ego, but your team got dominated, you know, on Saturday, and you got to give Brian Kelly and that team, you know, all their credit. Give them their flowers, man. Yeah, get the head out your heart. So all due respect to Dabo Sweeney.
Fuck Dabo Sweeney.
No relation to Sydney Sweeney either.
Hey, Dabo's always on some nutty shit.
I like Dabo, but come on, man. You got to hold it.
Yeah,
you pulled the Ashton Hall moment.
He has some crazy moments. He's had some in the past too. Like he's had some crazy press conferences where you're like, Dabo, what are you doing?
I like that. Well, come on, man. You took that. You got to hold that, man. Too.
He gets a little
That
Jim
ego got hurt.
Harbaugh sometimes.
Ant, do you have all the disrespect?
No, not really. Don't have all due disrespect. There was
Giving
this
all due
one guy
respect.
that was at I think it was, I don't know if it was the Australian Open or the US Open, and I don't know if you guys covered that. Did you guys cover that already?
That was my all due disrespect on Monday.
Yes. Fuck that guy.
No,
But
fuck that. For real, fuck that guy. Take a hat
fuck
from the
that guy
kid.
though. Yeah.
That was
Yeah.
bullshit.
It was some bullshit. Yeah. So
I actually
yeah,
saw
fuck
that
that
video
guy.
today.
But that's about it. So
That might be
That's
the first time that we've
hilarious
had.
that he just off the top of the
That's-
dome
that's
said the
definitely,
same thing.
The
I think
first
that's the
double.
first time that we've had a double all due disrespect because it's especially fuck that guy.
Yeah, no, that is. Bow, bow, bow. we need a buzzer or something for that. That is
yeah,
double
it's Hall of
trouble.
Fame worthy.
Pussy ass nigga talking about if you talk shit about me, I'ma sue you.
Yeah,
Whack. I hate that.
stealing a hat from a fucking child.
Every white person with money.
That's gonna be
I'ma sue you.
That's gonna be the new stealing candy from a baby. It's like
stealing a hat from
a child.
From a child at the U.S. Open. Hey, we should fucking dedicate all due disrespect to this nigga, dog. What is his name? Piotr? This is Piotr's all due disrespect.
Piotr's.
All right, everybody. That's all the time we've got for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for watching us. Don't forget to like, subscribe, leave a comment, and you will see this next video from us on Monday following a very contentious week 1. We've got a bet with Ant and myself on Indiana versus Dolphins. And then Kyle and I are going to have some bragging rights after week 1. Yet that does not mean that it's going to be it for the season, which is going to be week 1. But we're going to wind up seeing. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Thanks for tuning in, guys. We will catch you on the next episode.